So Davi did it. She had a super vulnerable video that she had saved in her drafts for a hot second, and she finally got the courage to post it.
And I don't know why it took me so long.
Yeah.
Like, it was really it's silly, but Our Lady emotions, man.
Yeah, I know.
Just can't control them. So, you have an idea for a photo to post, and then you don't post it because you're like, I don't look right. That doesn't look like me.
Yeah.
People are going to say things about that.
You're so hypercritical of your appearance.
Very much so. So there was a photo I was going to post for a long time sitting in drafts, and then it turned into a video that I wanted to post on TikTok talking about the photo. And that sat in drafts. And I just kept thinking, like, I can't post this. Like, I look awful in that. And I was just tearing myself apart. And then I made the video and was like, I don't look awful. But I still didn't have the audacity to post it. And it took a lot. So for some backstory, like, I spent many years, and it all came to like a head in 2020, but I spent many years just like in a constant state of intestinal distress, and every meal brought me pain, vomiting, like suffering, digestion suffering, and my weight started declining rapidly in like 2019. And then in 2020, I was given diagnosis of maybe it's IBS, maybe, oh, you got C. diff, you're positive for C. diff. Let's give you 4 courses of harsh antibiotics, which if anybody's had C. diff before, you usually get that from having an overabundance of antibiotics, and then you get rid of all your good stomach bacteria, or you get rid of all the bad and good. So there's no good to fight the bad when it's reintroduced. So
that gut flora is very important
nuts
to keep in balance.
It is crazy. So I go through 4 courses of antibiotics. I'm still losing weight, like, and grappling with the constant pain. And I'm talking to multiple doctors. I've gotten 3rd, 4th, 5th opinions by this point over the years, and multiple doctors at the end of, this antibiotic treatment and that guessing. Given my history of anxiety and disordered eating, they're generally like, she's doing this to herself. She's causing this to happen to herself. Put her on antidepressants. And what's funny is like they're Slytherin wizards or some crap from Harry Potter, because it's like they made it happen, because when you are not respected medically and you're in pain for so long, that will cause depression.
Yeah, of course it would.
So
because you're frustrated and nobody can give you an answer, so that's gonna affect you mentally.
So like for years being told like it's your lady feelings that are making this happen to you, and thinking I'm doing it on purpose, which like I know that you could say, oh, that implies I want attention or something like that. Had to get all that out of my head and stop overthinking it. But poof. While I'm really sick, I get depressed, just like they said I was. But when your body's in a state of decline over time, it's going to affect your mental health negatively. So when I first saw these photos, I got this awesome photo shoot done with Lola Scott Art, and she's an amazing photographer. And I got this photo shoot done, and like I was like, that doesn't look like me. Like, that doesn't look like me either. And a lot of them are headshots for acting, for comedy, and some of them were like full body shots. And I looked at each full body shot and I was like, that doesn't look like me. I don't know who that person is. And I just kept like just not wanting to post that because I couldn't put my finger on why, but my brain just kept going, yikes, don't post that. You look like those pants that used to be like your baggy pants are now like skinny jeans. Like, they're tight on me. And so I was just like being really cruel to myself. So I saved this video in my drafts for a long time, because all of a sudden I had this perspective shift a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, hey, like, I saw this old picture of me the day after I got surgery. So this was when I was 10 pounds underweight, and you can see it in my hands and in my neck and in my face and in my like just bones and arms. And I saw that, and then I went back and looked at the Lola Scott photography from like a few months ago, and I was like, oh man, I got so big and strong. So I made that video, and then I finally got the gumption to post it, and I went for it this week, and this is it.
I hope y'all don't mind if I share a little vulnerable moment with you. I personally like to focus my time on my spirit and not on my mortal form. But I just want to take a moment to brag on myself and say, Look how big and strong I got. Look how big and strong I got. And what's so crazy is when I took both of these photos and then was reviewing them, I said, not gonna post that. I actually thought I was looking bad here. And I'm not saying I was looking bad here, but this was when I was like 10 pounds underweight right after I got surgery, emergency surgery. And I'm just looking at these pictures I got with Lola Scott. I grew up so big and strong. Yeah. Yep.
How does that make you feel listening to
It
that?
feels really good because, like, one, like, I ended up finding out I had endometriosis and it was affecting all my digestion. So it's like over the last 2 years, like, I've got to enjoy food again.
Yep.
And I got validated medically and like, oh man, enjoying food is something else. And you just, I think so often people are trying to show the before and after. Look, I lost weight. Look, I toned. Look, I'm this and that. And I'm like, we should be bragging on ourselves a little more often when we have to come through it and brag on just how you look now after you have survived something traumatic, after your body has gone through something amazing like childbirth. Like, show the before and after pictures of that. Sure, fine, because like it's just awesome. It's awesome to be able to enjoy food again. And girl, I eat now. It's awesome. And I'm like, why aren't we happier that we're healthier looking? Like, I don't think the idea is to be thin and skinny and frail all the time. Not that there's anything wrong with that if that's how you're built. But like, I'm at the most like I've ever weighed in my life and I'm fine with it. And it feels good. And it's just like a difference, like a total perspective shift over the last couple of weeks. Cause I'm just like, I got so big and strong. Like,
It's awesome
Good
to
for
hear
me.
this like acceptance of yourself, and
Yeah.
not just acceptance, but like love of yourself,
yep.
because you went through a lot and you came out the other side of it and you're able to enjoy life.
Oh my God. And cheese.
And cheese.
Cheese is so good.
I'm very happy for you, Davi.
Thank you so much. And if you're like got a photo that you're like, oh, don't post that, I look bad, people are gonna no. Brag on yourself today.
Do it.
Talk about your struggle.
The Bert Show.
Like what you just watched, you can get more of The Bert Show for free. Just listen to The Bert Show podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.